Hi everyone, back to the more YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day. And Newcastle United have appointed another person to the boardroom level, the top tier of the football club. James Bunce, no, not the guy that sang You're Beautiful, that's James Blunt. James Bunce has joined as, I think it's sporting director, performance director, something along the lines of performing and making players fitter, stronger, better, which we're all in favour of, because that was Newcastle United's biggest downfall last season. Loads of niggly injuries, muscle problems, fatigue problems, injuries being misdiagnosed. We've all talked about that being sorted and resolved, and it looks very much like James Bunce is the man to get a hold of that and sort that out. It's not just the men's team that he's going to be looking at, he's going to be looking at the whole club in general. He's got a 17-year career, comes with a lot of pedigree, again, kind of top of his field, like Paul Mitchell. He's worked with Paul Mitchell at Monaco in terms of performance there, and, you know, through the stages where Monaco really ramped up the gears and got themselves into a good position, not just in Ligue 1 but also in Europe as well, in terms of developing young players and just general fitness and, you know, and sport and kind of procedures and control and looking after players. And that's the kind of thing Newcastle have to do. They really do. You know, I think if you look at last season, had we not had the injuries that we had, I think we could have really pushed strong for the top 4 position. I'm not saying we would have got it, but I think we could have finished a lot higher up the league and guaranteed European football, rather than, you know, leaving it to chance and then Manchester United somehow fluking their way to that FA Cup win and costing us Europe in the end. So I'm all in favour of this. I really am. You know, it's good to see that the club are making these strides, making these moves. These guys will have great contacts as well, you know, in and around the game, and, you know, work with players as well, and will have pedigree for it. And I think they're the kind of guys that the players want to come and work with. So for me, this is another exciting move from the football club, you know, and it just shows you that they're evolving behind the scenes. You know, this is off the back of obviously the change with Amanda and Mehrdad moving on, so they will no longer have a role at the football club. So this is a new look for Newcastle United going into this coming season, you know, with Paul Mitchell being the sporting director, and now it looks like his first appointment is James Bunce. So this could be the start of an ever-changing, you know, top tier at Newcastle United. And I suppose it's led me to think about a couple of things. I've been away with the day job, as you might not have known. You probably spotted my change of venue in my previous recording. It was a quick hotel room record, to be fair, before my evening festivities. But I am back on home soil in the North East now, so I am back to do some Newcastle United content. And yeah, looking at the change with Amanda and Mehrdad moving on, it has got me thinking, has got me wondering about Eddie Howe. And I'm not being, you know, negative here. I don't want anybody jumping in the comments going, oh, you're Howe out, oh, wanker. I'm not like that at all, not at all. Anyone who's ever watched this channel, and there's quite a lot of you, subscribe if you haven't, you know I'm not an Eddie Howe out guy. You know, he frustrates me at times. I think last season, I think he made a lot of his own mistakes, and you have to admit that. You know, playing Dan Burn at left back way too long, and, you know, sticking with players that were out of form, like Sean Longstaff at the time, you know, and fans turning on a lad. And he's a good player, Sean. He's a hard-working player, and, you know, and I think Eddie put him in a real difficult position when he could have made changes and he didn't do, whether it was stubbornness or, you know, his willingness for Sean to turn the corner. I don't know what it was, but some of the decisions he made weren't great last season, and Eddie needs to know that. We finished strong, and I think Eddie hopefully has learned from those mistakes. But the question I'm asking myself, and the question I'm going to ask you answer in the comments is Mehrdad and Amanda leaving, does that remove the safety net almost for Eddie, you know, in terms of that extra layer of security that he had? I still think he's got loads of credit in the bank, you know, in terms of what he did, saving his football club, keeping us in the league, getting us in the Champions League so quickly as he did. But we need to get back there this season. I think the pressure's on. I think PIF are now switching the gears. I think they're turning more focus and attention to the football club succeeding. I know PSR and FFP restrictions are still there. We've got 100 million quid to spend this summer. Now we can spread that over, you know, player amortization over 5 years. I never get that word right. You know what I mean? Spread the payments. You need to have an easier thing to say for content creators, especially if you've just finished a long, hard week and try to go to the gym to stay fit and you fuck like I am right now doing this video. Thanks for staying with me for as long as you have, guys. But yeah, going back to Eddie Howe, I just wonder whether, you know, now that Amanda and Mehrdad aren't there, if, you know, things start to get a little bit sticky, a little bit dodgy with results and, you know, in performances and maybe some of the decisions he's made, will he be a bit more exposed to the power of the PIF without Amanda and Mehrdad there? Let us know in the comments below what you guys think about that. Me and Mark will probably touch on that in a bit more detail, I think, when we jump into the first What's Going On of pre-season, which is coming very, very soon. I think we'll be back within the next week or two, guys, I think, in time for the pre-season friendly. So keep it evermore. We'll be back Monday night soon at 9:30 to have a good crack with you. We have missed it over the summer. We didn't just want to do content for content's sake. You know, we love evermore. What's what's going on Monday nights, and you know, we really want to make sure we've got enough content to go through as well as the out of tunes as well, which we really enjoy. So that will be back really soon, guys. If this is the kind of thing you like the video, subscribe, help get us to 9k. That's the next milestone we're looking for. We still need to do the 8k prize. Actually, we'll have to get our heads together and think of that one. Yeah, but it'd be really interesting to see what this ever change in top tier at Newcastle United might mean for Eddie if things do get a little bit sticky. But we'll soon see if he's going to be back in the transfer market, who he will be back to sign. You know, with the type of players that we are going to sign, it does make you wonder, will it be Eddie making the decision, or will it be Paul Mitchell? Finally, will they work together? I think that was an issue with Ashworth. We don't know which way that went. Was it the fact that Ashworth wanted control and Eddie didn't? Or did Eddie want control and Ashworth, you know, wasn't happy with that? We don't really know about that. We probably will do soon, because Ashworth looks like the type to mouth off at Manchester United. If he doesn't, his new gaffer, Sir Jim Twatcliffe, certainly will, because that fucker will do an interview every single day about anything, you know. He'll probably tell you, you know, what's on his fucking breakfast cereal and his toast on BBC and ITV, because he never shuts the fuck up. He might as well be a content creator. He's never out in front of the cameras longer than 5 minutes, the skinny Mr. Burns wank that he is. But anyway, less of that prick. Let's look forward to Newcastle United. The lads are back at pre-season. They looked in great shape. Joe Linton in particular, given the fact he's been getting pissed for the last 2 months at a Brazilian wedding, which, by the way, I need to go to, because they look amazing, those Brazilian weddings. Honestly, me and Mark have to get an invite to the next Brazilian wedding, because what a party that looks. But look, it's great to see the lads back. You know, Lloyd Kelly was in there, new signing. Callum Wilson looked sharp. Joe Willett, great to see Joe Willett back. Sandro Tonali looked like he was ready to go as well. So great to see the lads back. You know, obviously the other international lads. Good luck to Kieran Trippier and Anthony Gordon in the final of the Euros. This weekend. I don't know if Gordon will even get a sniff. It'd be brilliant if he scored the winner, mind you. Wouldn't have to be shunned for the entire tournament. But it's great to have a couple of Newcastle players involved with the England squad in a major final. It could be the first trophy they've won since 1966. I'm not counting Le Tournoi. Sorry, Alan. But yeah, let us know in the comments below what you think about these changes at the top tier, what it may have been for Eddie. We'll be back soon. Keep it evermore, guys. Back for new transfer rumours, rants, the whole shebang. You know what we do. Smash a like, help the channel grow. Have a belting weekend. Enjoy the final, and we'll catch you soon. Cheers.